Well, Peter, last time we saw this horse step out on the race course, it was in the Australian Derby. He's back on New Zealand soil now. What have you done with the horse since that last start?
Yeah, look, he managed to only have about 5 weeks out. That was long enough with him. He was starting to get a little bit sick of it. He's been back in work since late May, and he's up to now. He's had about 3 gallops and looking to go to trials in about 2 weeks' time to Te Teko.
Were you happy with the way he returned to the stable after that short break?
Yeah, look, he's never been a robust horse, and he got up to racing weight about 480 near the end of the season, or his racing season, and he was up 5.15 when we first brought him back in work. He's tightened up a bit with a couple of gallops, but he's still over the 500 kg, so it's a good weight for him.
And as you say, you're 8 weeks into your preparation now. You're happy with where he's at?
Yeah, look, his gallop the other day was nice. He settled really good. I sent Antonio Lombardo out in front of him and just sat 3 lengths off him just to get him to relax. Because the problem is he started to learn to race up the front and take everything on. So he actually just dropped the steel and lobbed along and just let him move on up to Antonio to finish the gallop, and they would have run him a nice 36, and he was doing it just nice. Hopefully, if all going well and tracks come right at Hawke's Bay, he'll start at in the mile Group 1 there. If we're starting to have problems with weather-wise over here, and we'll be looking either Sydney or Melbourne for the best possible tracks, hopefully Melbourne. But I'd like to try and get the last 2 legs of Hawke's Bay in here first, and then his nominations will be in at the Cox Plate and the Caulfield Cup, and just to go along with those lines.
And with the Cox Plate to target this year, what is it about this horse that you think makes him a Cox Plate contender?
Well, just a lot of the races that races that have been won in the Cox Plate are genuine horses that race on the speed. They've got to have a good speed up near the lead, and they can and keep kicking at the finish. Some people say it's a hard race to win from the lead, but these last 10 years there have been a lot of horses that have led up and won or been right near the lead. So he's got that sort of ability that he can use a bit of speed early, and he's very strong at the finish.
He was pretty impressive winning the New Zealand Derby. Things didn't go his way in Australia last time with the wet tracks he found over there. Do you feel like you've got a little bit of unfinished business over the ditch?
Yeah, I have. It was hard going over there at the end of a prep, but I still feel that he was well enough in himself if the tracks had been right. His first run over there was he jumped out and took on the leader and undone himself. And I was ready to bring him home, but he just kept thriving on it. And the Derby over there was a huge run. Craig Williams just said he just travelled up really nice till the corner, and when he let him go, he just couldn't lengthen it in that ground. So I lost no morality about him. He's Rise and Romance has gone over there and showed what she's capable of, and he's raced against her twice and sort of beaten her twice. Although different circumstances she could have beat him, but. No, he's got the ability.
Well, he is a colt, so you are chasing Group 1 black type in Australia. You've done it before with horses like Alamosa. How does he compare?
Yeah, we never got to race Alamosa in Australia, but comparison, I think he's probably a better horse. I've always said he is, and he's got to prove that if he's going to be able to win over in Australia. But any group race would be nice over there, Group 1 race. It's not just the Cox Plate. You've got the McKinnon Stakes, which is a week later. That sometimes can lack in numbers, or later in the Melbourne Cup week there's Group 1 races. So just any Group 1 race would be nice, but the main aim is the Cox Plate at this stage.